Okay, in this video, we're going to show you how to water new vegetable seedlings. So these are about 2 weeks from being planted. So 2 weeks ago, we put the seeds in the ground. A little over a week ago, most of them started to germinate, and you saw a little plant coming up out of the ground. And now they've been growing for another almost a week. So one of the important steps this early in their lives is to water them the right amount. One of the common things that happens is people overwater them. Because you want to make sure it stays moist so they get enough water. But if you overwater them and the dirt is always very wet or almost muddy, one of the things that happens is it almost drowns the roots to where they can't get the nutrients out of the dirt because it's too wet. So what you want to do here, and I like to use one of these, it's almost like a little laboratory squeeze bottle. I can put the link to that in the description, is you want to make sure that you get them thoroughly wet, all the way down. These have drain holes in the bottom, but then you kind of let it get to where it's almost dry again. Like you can see in a lot of these, it's starting to dry on the top, but yet, all the leaves here are still pretty perky. They're not starting to droop, which is a sign that you don't have enough water. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take my squeeze bottle and just kind of around the whole area. I wanna make sure to get it nice and wet, and I'll let that soak in a little bit. I'll even start on the next one here. And it's okay if you put a lot of water in there, because there's holes in the bottom. Whatever you doesn't need is going to drain out the bottom. So I think that what you've basically seen right here, we've sufficiently soaked these. You can also take these plastic trays out and you can visually see from the side if it's wet and it's soaking all the way through the bottom to get a good feel when you're first starting out. And then you move on. You're going to do this for the rest of them. But now the key here is, all right, we've fully soaked our each of these cells. We're not going to then, go do this again later today or even sometimes the next day. Before I started watering right here, I skipped an entire day. So you want to make sure you're giving them time to the soil stays moist, but not overly wet. And now we're going to go do that down the rest of the line here. So hopefully that helps you understand how to get these guys appropriately watered so they stay healthy. They grow up big, so then in a couple of weeks, we're actually transferring from these into a bigger indoor pot before they eventually go outside and start giving us healthy vegetables.